Hi, I'm Tina Payne Bryson. I want to talk to you for just a moment about the messaging that we're giving our kids. The brain is an association machine. So, just like when you touch a hot stove and you get burned, your brain makes an association that that's not a safe thing to do. What's really important right now is that we are giving a lot of messaging to our children about threat, danger, and fear. We're giving a lot of fear messaging. And we want to make sure that our children don't have repeated experiences of fear-based messaging that create fear and anxiety later when things open back up again for us to have a little bit normal life. So if the messaging you're giving is something like, don't touch that, that's dangerous, or when you explain to your children, well, we're not seeing friends because it's dangerous to be with people right now, or if we're with our neighbors or our friends, we could get sick. Now, it's important we give our kids the facts, but the way that we talk about the facts really matters. Instead, I would encourage you, instead of giving those kinds of threat messages or saying things like, if you don't wash your hands, you could get sick, to instead make the messaging focused on safety, giving safety messaging instead of fear-based messaging. So instead you might say something like, we're not spending time with friends or we're staying in our house because that's the safer thing to do right now while the doctors and the scientists are working hard to find answers that will keep all of us safe. And then we can be back out with our friends again, we can go to the playgrounds again, and we're so lucky we know what to do to keep ourselves safer. So when it comes to hand washing, instead of the threat fear-based messaging, if you don't wash your hands, when you don't wash your hands well, if that's dangerous, you could get sick. Instead to say, let's wash our hands so we can be safer, and making sure we have clean hands before we eat. Giving that context and using the safety-based messaging, because what will happen then is your child will be having repeated experiences of understanding that their parent keeps them safe, as opposed to repeated messaging that still gets the same results. We're still going to wash hands, we're still going to be away from neighbors and friends, but instead they will get the safety messaging, my parent keeps me safe, instead of the messaging that the world is a dangerous, threatening place. This is going to be really important, especially for young kids, because we don't want to see them after this is over feeling afraid about the world. You have tremendous power in shaping the meaning or the sense making that your child has when it comes to the messages that they're receiving about what's happening right now. It's okay to talk about your own fears, but better to do that with someone not your child. Keep in mind, focusing on safety messaging and how we can really keep ourselves safe by following important guidelines. This is really important.